Have you ever heard of a drug dealer getting busted because they accidentally texted their ad to a cop?
Sounds like something out of a movie, right?
It does,
Yeah.
but it actually happened.
Wow.
And we're diving deep into this wild story
Okay.
of Phillip Paul,
Mm-hmm.
a 25-year-old drug dealer operating in Surrey, England.
Okay.
But we're not just here for the entertainment value.
Right.
This case opens up a whole conversation
Yeah.
about technology,
Oh,
crime,
yeah.
and the increasingly blurry lines between them.
So this is a deep dive then
It is a deep dive.
into technology and crime
Yeah.
and how this story kind of brings all that together.
Exactly.
All right. I'm ready.
So to set the scene,
Okay.
Phillip Paul, like I said, 25 years old, operating in Surrey, England,
Mm-hmm.
and the police were already on to him.
They were.
They were.
So they knew he was a drug dealer.
They knew about his operation, which they call a drug line,
A drug line.
which basically means a dedicated phone number,
Oh,
used to take orders and arrange deals.
so kind of like a pizza place, but
Okay.
for drugs.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
But they were struggling to identify the person at the top.
So they knew the number existed.
Right.
They knew drugs were being sold through this number,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't know who was actually running the show.
It's a bit like trying to catch the head of a hydra.
Okay.
You cut off one head,
Yeah.
but others pop up in its place.
Right.
So this case wasn't just about catching a low-level dealer.
Yeah.
It was about dismantling an entire operation,
The whole network.
the whole thing.
Okay.
And it all came down to this one incredible mistake.
What did he do?
Well,
Yeah.
Paul was sending out a mass text
Okay.
advertising his products,
Hmm.
and he must have slipped up,
Okay.
adding a police officer's number to the list.
Oh, no.
Talk about hitting reply all to the wrong crowd.
That is a nightmare, especially if you're a drug dealer.
Right.
So what happened then?
I bet the officer couldn't believe their luck.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Suddenly, they had a direct line
Wow.
to the guy they'd been trying to track down.
So they finally had their guy.
They had their guy.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's almost too good to be true.
So what happened next?
Well,
Yeah.
the evidence just piled up from there.
Right.
During the arrest,
Mm-hmm.
they found all the usual suspects,
Okay. Yeah.
cash,
Okay.
a mix of drugs,
Okay.
including crack cocaine,
Wow.
heroin,
Oh, man.
and cannabis.
Okay.
But what's really interesting
Yeah.
is the emphasis on the phone.
Phone.
It wasn't just a communication tool.
Right.
It was essentially the command center
Okay.
for the entire operation.
Oh, I see.
Incriminating messages,
Yeah.
contact lists,
Yeah.
transaction records,
Yeah.
all laid bare
Wow.
thanks to that one accidental text.
So this wasn't just like
Yeah.
texting his buddies or whatever. This
Yeah.
was like his business.
Yeah, his whole business
Right.
was run through this phone.
Right.
Got it.
It really goes to show how much evidence we leave behind
Right.
in the digital world.
It's kind of scary when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like how much information is out there.
Makes you wonder,
Yeah.
are we all just walking, talking data trails?
Kind of, yeah.
It really does.
It does make you think.
Yeah.
But let's zoom out for a second.
Okay.
Think about how technology is transforming crime,
Mm-hmm.
especially drug dealing.
Okay.
It's not just street corners anymore.
Right.
We're talking encrypted messaging apps,
Oh, wow.
dark web marketplaces,
Yeah.
even cryptocurrency transactions.
So this case,
Yeah.
with its seemingly simple mistake,
Hmm.
is actually a glimpse
Okay.
into a much larger shift
I see.
in how crime operates.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So how do the police keep up then?
Well, it's a constant game of catch up. They
Right.
need to develop new techniques,
Uh-huh.
utilize data analysis, even think about artificial intelligence
Oh.
to keep pace.
That sounds pretty intense.
It is.
It almost sounds like an arms race,
Yeah.
with technology being the weapon of choice for both sides.
I think that's a really good way to put it.
And this brings us back to Paul's sentencing.
Okay.
3 years might seem like a lot
Yeah.
for a single text,
Mm-hmm.
but consider the ripple effect.
Oh,
He wasn't just selling drugs.
right.
He was potentially fueling addiction, violence,
Yeah.
all sorts of social problems.
That's true.
So it goes way beyond just
Yeah.
that one text message.
And that accidental text wasn't just lucky for the police.
Right.
It was potentially a break for the entire community
Okay.
affected by Paul's activity.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It really puts it into perspective.
It does.
Definitely.
Now, imagine a world
Okay.
where this type of mistake
Yeah.
becomes less likely.
Okay.
Criminals are getting smarter
Mm-hmm.
about covering their tracks online.
Right.
What does that mean for law enforcement?
That's a good question. How do they find that balance between effective investigation and respecting individual privacy.
That's the question, isn't it?
It is a tough one.
This case, with its dramatic twist of fate,
Yeah,
really makes you think about the bigger picture.
for sure.
As technology evolves,
Mm,
the lines between crime and punishment,
right.
between our digital lives
Yeah.
and their real-world consequences,
Mm.
are only going to get blurrier.
It's definitely something to think about.
It is something to consider
Yeah.
as we navigate this increasingly interconnected world.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
It was a good one.
I'll see you next time.
See ya.